My name is Alex, and today I'm going to remodel my laundry room. Actually, not today, because this is a project that I've had going on for about 4 months now, and I'm not even done yet. So sit back and relax as I talk through what's going on inside my head throughout the course of this project. To put this into perspective for you, my original plan for this remodel was for it to be my second video. And now, 14 videos later, that didn't work out. I've spent these last few months with this unfinished laundry room haunting me, and the question I've wrestled with this whole time is why? Why can't I just do it? I would say that this project is probably about 2 to 3 weeks of dedicated effort, so why is it taking me 10 times longer than it should have? And how am I still not done? To answer these questions, I think we got to go back to the beginning. And the context is this project was something nice that I wanted to do for my wife. Because in our household, she takes care of all of our laundry, and our old laundry room, as you can see, was kind of a horrible mess. And one thing that I've learned throughout my research in the field of ADHD is that laundry seems to be a universal villain for pretty much everyone with ADHD. You've got your laundry pile sitting in closets for weeks, forgotten clothes in the dryer, which will never be folded. I mean, I get why you're supposed to separate laundry, I just can't be bothered to do it. Which is why I'm so grateful to have a wife who doesn't mind doing these things, and even though it seems like such a simple thing, it takes a huge weight off of my shoulders. So where did this all go wrong? Well, for starters, we had our first baby at some point during this demolition process. I don't actually remember when. And I also had to find another job to earn some money. But somewhere along the way, with sleep deprivation, money problems, and just general life raising a newborn, this project became a point of contention between my wife and I. And I caught a lot of flack for it. You know, why would you start this when you knew the baby was coming? Or why would you do this when you have no idea what you're doing? I was catching heat on a regular basis, and rightfully so. But I think what she wasn't conscious of was the fact that not only was I already thinking these things about myself, chewing me out for it wasn't really helping because of a little thing called rejection sensitivity dysphoria. Now, if you've never heard of this term before, the gist of it is this. ADHD is not just about focus or restlessness, it also has a huge impact on emotional regulation. We experience emotions more intensely than others, and also respond to these emotions more intensely. So when someone with ADHD gets rejected, feels left out, or criticized for something, they feel it on an existential level. It's totally devastating. And so your response is equally amplified. Maybe you shut down completely, or maybe you explode and lash out. Maybe you fall into an anxiety attack. I go through all of it. And so now I have this unfinished project that was already causing me significant anxiety for all of the normal reasons people struggle with procrastination on projects. And layered on top of it is the mental strain from RSD. And my response for the last few weeks has been to shut down. I just couldn't even think about progressing on this project, so I started doing other things. Until all of a sudden, a few weeks fly by, and I haven't made any progress, which made me feel even worse, which made it harder for me to make progress. Just a never-ending feedback loop of anxiety, avoidance, and procrastination. And for whatever reason, my brain tells me that the easiest thing to do to break this cycle is to just start a new project. Like how I built this entire patio dining set from scratch. Because starting a new project is fun, it's exciting, and gives you a major boost in dopamine. And that slowly tapers off as you progress through that project. And the goal is that you finish the project before you hit the wall of it going from something fun to something that is an obligation. And that's where we get into another symptom of my neurodivergence, which is called pathological demand avoidance, which is a behavioral profile often associated with autism. And this is where a person feels extreme anxiety for anything that is perceived to be an obligation. My brain responds to demands as a threat to my sense of control, and that triggers a panic response that becomes pretty much unavoidable. And this is basically how it shows up for me. If you tell me to do something I was already planning on doing, well fuck, now I don't want to do that thing. And if you tell me I have to do something or else, that almost guarantees I will not do that thing. Somewhere along the way, this project went from something nice that I wanted to do for my wife into something that I felt like I had to do. And so maybe in some way, I went to go take on other projects as a way of regaining some sense of control. because I'm choosing to do things versus feeling like I have to do things. And even though we've been able to talk through it, there's still this internal sense of shame and anxiety about this unfinished project looming over me, and that continues to make it so much harder for me to make progress on it. What you're watching me discover here as I pull this piece of drywall back is actually a nest from a mouse that I guess used to live here. Just looking at it makes me so uncomfortable. Oh, God. Oh, oh, oh. Now that that's taken care of, let's get back to business. You'll notice that throughout this video, my hair grew a lot, and I wore a lot of different outfits. And that's because due to life commitments, I wasn't able to just power through this entire project in one big dedicated hyper-focus session, which is how I usually get things done. And if you have ADHD, that's probably how you get things done as well. The thing is, the hardest part for me is not the actual work of doing the project itself. It's getting over the initial hurdle of starting, and so if I only have to get through that hurdle one time, these types of projects are usually a breeze for me. But since I had life to attend to, I was only able to nibble at this 1 or 2 hours at a time, and even though it might sound silly to some people, switching from normal everyday tasks to jumping back into this isn't something that I can do easily, and it took a lot of mental effort for me. Anyways, I'm not trying to make excuses as to why it took so long for me to get around to this. I'm just trying to explain what goes through my head when tackling projects like this. I'm sure I'll finish this project soon, I just need to make it through a couple more big pushes. I'm hoping that talking about it and making a video about it will help keep myself accountable. So I hope you enjoyed and maybe learned something about me or even about yourself. I think a lot of people on social media will crush through projects like this and make it look really easy, and hopefully this provides you with a different look at how these projects go for people like me. I promise I'm going to finish this laundry room one day. Subscribe to see how it turns out and enjoy the rest of the video. Thanks for watching.